morning, guys. Ray's Landscaping, and it is Monday morning. It's looking a beautiful morning. The sun is beaming, and I'm fixing to get to it. I've got a couple things going on today. Of course, y'all know I'm over there on that burn pile and that bamboo and stuff. Gonna push the burn pile up. I got a tree job that I got to go look at today, and I'll take you guys on that journey with me. What else I got going on? Well, that's about it. You know, just like I said, like I always say in all my videos, let's just try to get some bread in my pocket today. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to build a check or whatever we can do. So I watch a lot of videos, y'all, and all y'all that follow me know that I watch videos, and I'm trying to learn, all the time, man. Always trying to learn, man. So I was watching a video yesterday about boosting your business in 2020, something like that. Well, so how would you guys boost your business for 2020? How you gonna do it? You gonna do flyers? Are you gonna do other things outside of the norm? For instance, are you going to aerate? Or are you just going to cut grass? Well, to cut grass, you got to have a lawnmower. So don't plan on doing work that you might not be able to do because you might not have the equipment to do it. I'm just saying. So that's one thing that, and I would never want to, have to buy another piece of equipment when I got a piece of equipment that runs. Then I could take the money that I would spend on another mower or whatever for the 2020 season, I could buy me maybe a stand-on aerator or something. That'd be sweet, wouldn't it? Of course, I'd hate to be in a spot where I got to buy mowers and then I really can't hardly branch it out anymore because that kind of ties my money up, And then if I'm financing everything, oh my God, dude. Nothing wrong with financing, I don't guess. But you want to try to not finance if at all possible. That's just me. And I'm thinking, I don't know, I've never done it before, but according to some of the guys on YouTube, if I put out 300 flyers, I'm going to get 30 customers. Wow. That's 10% just about, y'all. It's not 1%, it's 10%. Got to get your numbers right in this business. You got to know your numbers, So if I'm doing things based on that concept, y'all, then hell, why don't I just put out 10,000 flyers, and get 1,000 customers? If it's that, if it's that cut and dry, I couldn't imagine putting out 3,000 flyers and getting 300 customers, and I don't even have a lawnmower. Just saying. I mean, 300 customers, man, there are guys that work years in their business, years, doing good work, the struggle, all that stuff, and don't get 300 customers, So if it were that easy just to put 3,000 flyers out, spend my money on 3,000 flyers, and I get 300 customers, then hell, I would have done that back in year 3 or so, I wouldn't have waited till year 10 if it's that easy. I know it ain't that easy though. Like I said in a lot of my other videos, I do about 90 yards, and then I probably got about 15 or 20 that's seasonal and stuff like that. I've never put a flyer out since probably, in my whole 12-year career here doing this, I may have gotten maybe 2 or 3 customers from flyers You know, back early in the business, that's what I did. But with today's internet, social media, good work ethic, knowing your business, knowing what you're talking about, you know, I don't know that flyers or any kind of mail type thing, door hangers or anything, is really that successful. You know, that's just me. I don't know. I haven't put flyers out, like I said, maybe once or twice in the whole 12 years. All of my customers and stuff come from referrals, and you know, where people have heard about me or whatever, and they'll call me over, like the tree job that I'm going to look at today. Well, I was referred by another landscaper that knows me. So, and I think he watches my channel too, and he knows that I do tree work. You know, I don't like doing sketchy tree work. I can, but I don't like to, because, well, I'm just not geared for it, you know, all the way geared for it. And I don't like to take the time it takes to really, so you're not going to ever see me climbing trees or things that doing tree jobs that require that. I'm not going to do it. If I can't drop it, or the customer don't want to rent a lift or whatever, then I probably just won't even do the job. Well, I know I won't, because there's just too much other work out here that I can get into without having to, you know, do that sketch, high insurance, high workman's comp, all that stuff, you know, with tree service. And it's freaking dangerous, man. If you don't know what you're doing, it's dangerous as all get out. So, you know, that's another thing that I do, you know, in the wintertime. And y'all know that. Y'all see my videos and stuff. But I've never marketed like that. I've always used the internet, Craigslist, word of mouth. You know, I think I've even used Facebook from time to time. But normally I don't have to do anything, you know. For some reason, people just refer me. And well, of course, I go to all my existing customers, and they know that I'm always trying to grow. So I let them know, you know, the customers that know me. So, and when they know, and the customer knows you, then they refer you to their aunt, uncle, cousin, brother, sister, mama, daddy. And, you know, you get a lot of that going on, and, you know, you won't want to do flyers. There's always something to do, you know. Now, I'm not saying flyers won't get you some work, but and I guess they can, you know. But I have to say, for me, I haven't never really used flyers, door hangers, or anything like that. Just very early in my long career, and I didn't get it. You know, I might have got 1 out of 500 or something. It was so minimal that it was minimal. You know, it wasn't even worth the time it takes to run the flyers around. So, you know, and I'm not saying that you can't pass flyers out and get work. I'm sure you can. It's just that I never have had to do that too tough. Just in the very beginning, yeah. And if I'm doing, it's a given that if I'm on your property, you know, and I'm doing your yard, it's a given that I'm going to do the bushes. It's a given that I'm going to do the beds. It's a given that I'm going to do any kind of minor tree removal or anything like that. That's just a given, because my customers are not going to call anybody else to come to their property to do their bushes when I'm doing the lawn. I mean, that's just piss poor planning if you don't do hedges and you're in the lawn care business. You know, to me, down here where I live at in the South. You know, if you can't do hedges, then you're going to have another landscaper out there doing the hedges. And well, most guys that can do hedges, they can cut the lawn too. So I'm just saying, you know, I couldn't imagine another landscaper coming up on one of my customers' properties and doing any phase of the outdoor landscape lawn work, you know what I mean? Never. Because I don't want another landscaper on the property because they might take my customer. It's happened before. Yes, yes, yes. It's happened before, and so I try to minimize that. I tell all my customers, you got anything going on outside that you need to address, from your gutters to, you know, tree trimming, to, you know, to lawns and beds, and even redefining the beds, whatever. Even all the way down to some minor drainage stuff, you know. My customer's going to call me before they call anybody else. And, you know, now if I tell them I'm not interested, or it's something outside the scope, I had one customer last year, they got a big drainage issue, and the drainage issue is more than what I know, more than what I can fix, I think. You know, I looked at the issue with them, and I talked to them about it, and I thought about what I could do or what I couldn't do about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, it was well, just outside the scope of what I'm comfortable doing, and I'm not geared for that too deep. I do minor stuff, you know, but, you know, drainage and stuff like that, and irrigation and stuff on little bitty properties and stuff, yeah. Now, if somebody hires me with the Bobcat to go over and clear out a drainage way so water can get down to their creek or whatever, you know, I can do that up in the woods or something. But I wouldn't want to be on nobody's pristine property having to figure all that out, man, because it gets kind of complicated for me, you know, and time consuming, and, you know, it's just not really my wheelhouse. So, but the flowers don't really do anything for me. If I were to do anything in my business beyond the obvious, which is the obvious is this, y'all: keep your equipment from season to season. So when you get ready to buy, when you get ready to go into the next season, and you wanna up your business, you know, you want to do an additional service, you need additional piece of equipment, you can buy it without having to replace your mowers and all that too. See, sometimes we bite off a little more than we can chew, and then that's what happens to a lot of landscapers. They jump out there and get a bunch of financing and stuff, and then they realize, well, there's only so much time in a day. You know, one guy on YouTube was saying that, you know, he's going to put out 3,000 flyers and he's going to get 300 customers. You know, I don't think so, but, you know, I could be wrong. Okay, say you're right and you get 300. What the hell is somebody going to do with an influx of 300 customers? If I had 300 people calling me today, and I am one of the most prepared guys I know, and I know there's guys bigger and bigger out there than me, but I am a very prepared. I go into every season very prepared. And if 300 people called me for lawn work, I'd be in trouble. I wouldn't be able to, especially with only one truck and you know, I mean, come on, man, and no mower. I'd be in a lot of trouble. So don't set yourself up for work that you can't do. Don't set yourself up for more work than what your equipment allows. And if you don't know what 10% of this is or 1% of that is, just don't say nothing, you know, about your percentages and all this. It makes I mean, this guy was saying that he got 10%, he put out 350 flyers, he got 1%, and he called that 30. Well, you got to know your numbers, man. It ain't 30. 1% is 3, you know, or something like that, you know. Of 300, 1% is 3. I mean, that, you can't get away from that. But I'm a firm believer in you build your business as you go. Yeah, of course you want to step up each year, you know. You want to step up. It's hard to do that though when you got to replace your lawnmower. I mean, your step up turns into a half step up and then 2 steps back because you got to pay for all that shit, you know. I would continue, I mean, by me not having a mower at this point in time in the season, then even though it's wintertime, then I know the first thing I got to do in order for me to keep going is I got to buy a damn lawnmower. I mean, I can't even say, okay, I can't check off lawnmower in my arsenal. Say, okay, I got a lawnmower. Now I can invest in a stand-on aerator, for example. You know, well, I'm not even talking about investing in anything. If I'm a lawn care company, I ain't got a freaking lawnmower. That's the first thing I'm going to invest in. I'm going to make sure I get them, you know, get the lawnmower situation straightened out before I go to, you know, dreaming about an aerator that I stand on. You know, nothing wrong with that, but, you know, based on numbers and all and the appearance, you know, you're talking about another, you know, 15 grand or so for 2 lawnmowers, and those are not even 2 top lawnmowers, those are just 2 lawnmowers. And then you're talking about an additional I don't know what those stand-on aerators cost new, but I would say, you know, probably about $8,000, give or take, maybe even 10. They're pricey, you know. So if I hadn't sold my lawnmower back in December, then I could realistically really look at getting a stand-on aerator. Now, an influx of 300 customers, well, I don't think that I can handle 300 additional customers. I mean, if it's so easy, then everybody would do that. I mean, come on, man. Come on, dude. Really? It's not that easy. You don't want to put out if putting flyers out was that successful, then, well, I mean, everybody would be doing it. You know, my thinking is when I put out flyers, I might get 1 customer out of 200, maybe, y'all. I'm certainly not going to get 300, man. Oh my God. If I put out 3,000 flyers, I'd be happy to get 2 or 3 customers out of that shit. You know, and if 300, excuse me, if 300 people, if I got 300 customers, dude, man, and I'm prepped to go pretty big. I mean, I got 3 trucks and I got 4 trailers. And if I got a call and I got 300 additional customers, I'd have a real hard time. Yeah, and I ain't got to buy a lawnmower, I already got them. And I ain't got to buy nothing, I already got everything. And I would still have a hard time with that amount of work, you know, in one whop, you know, just because I put out 3,000. So it's just a point to ponder, something to think about, you know. Don't get too hyped up on flyers, just saying. You know, word of mouth to me, and where I'm located at, is probably my best friend. You know, word of mouth is, well, it's everything where I'm at. So anyway, this is Ray's Landscaping, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit.